All individual features are not listed here. Instead, check changelog for full list of changes. Additional models will be added as they become available and there is public interest in them. Once SD.Next is installed, simply run webui.ps1 or webui.bat Windows or webui.sh Linux or Mac OS. Server options. Check config. Config. Use specific server configuration file. Default config.json. uconfig. Use specific UI configuration file. Default UI config.json. Split model stages and keep only active part in VRAM. Default false. Low VRAM split model components and keep only active part in VRAM. Default false. CKPT path to model checkpoint to load immediately. Default none. VAE path to VA checkpoint to load immediately. Default none. Data dir data dir. Base path where all user data is stored. Default models dir. Base path where all models are stored. Default models. Allow code, allow custom script execution. Default false. Share, enable UI accessible through Gradio site. Default false. Insecure, enable extensions tab regardless of other options. Default false. Use CPU, US CPU. Force use CPU for specified modules. Default listen. Launch web server using public IP address. Default false. Port launch web server with given server port. Default 7860. Freeze. Disable editing settings. Auth. Set access authentication like user PWD. Auto launch. Open the UI URL in the system's default browser upon launch. Docs. Mount API docs. Default. Setup options. Reset. Reset main repository to latest version. Default false. Upgrade main repository to latest version. Default false. Requirements. Force recheck of requirements. Default quick. Bypass version checks. Default false. Version. Print version information. SD.Next comes with built-in control for all types of text to image, image to image, video to video, and batch processing. If you're unsure how to use a feature, the best place to start is the wiki. And if it's not there, check the changelog for when the feature was first introduced, as it will always have a short note on how to use it.